Hi, it's Saturday, the 23rd of May 2026 at 9 o'clock in the evening in London. And I thought of buying some more halter neck vests and getting rid of the old vests. I think it's time to change after 5 years. I might just keep the old ones. There's not a lot of space in my room. So today's predictions for Aries, I'm going to be using my pendulum. And I'm going to be doing like the cards, unless I have to. So I could do the Celtic cross spread on this. So I will have to what is the Celtic cross? I can't remember it by heart. So let's go write it out. So I've got a big marker here so I can see without my glasses, because it's going to get on the frame. I'm getting new glasses anyway, it's nice and pink. The glass frame that I'm going to get is going to be nice and pink, and it's got a pink tint to it. It cost me altogether £30. I have got NHS prescription vouchers, but it would have cost a lot more than if I had to do it privately. I'm trying to look for the white ball that I had that was with the cards. You know, I have mirror cards in this big envelope. It's to make mirror boxes or mirror envelopes. So just put it on the back of this. I mean, it's big enough, right? So we'll get a Celtic cross spread. If ever anyone does not understand these tarot card readings about the Knight of Swords and all this, it's nice and simple to know if it's positive or negative. So I think the Celtic cross has got 12 cards. I will see on the others. Celtic cross tarot spread. Okay, number 1 card will be the situation you're in, and number 2 would be the challenge of it all. Number 3 would be the focus, what you have to focus on to get yourself out of this situation. Get out card, I'll say. It's almost like life is like a Monopoly game, basically. I like to say life is an RPG game, but my late son said life is not like that, mother. I said, of course it is. I think my son was like really traditional, and he was born in 1995. Well, my late son. I think if he had to be an optimist, he would not accidentally poison himself. I have a feeling they're all regretting what they did to themselves. The video that I look like a complete ghost in grey, I did actually go into my son's room. I'm not sure if I got possessed or something, but I did see 3 passed over loved ones, my 2 children's fathers and my son. So maybe if I look as white as a sheet or grey like a corpse, it's because I had a very, very bad shock. I normally don't go on cam after I go into my son's room. I was looking for his mic. I thought, because my son was a rapper, and I thought I could go into his room and use his mic, but it's plugged into some sort of equalizer thing that he had. So I said to myself, I'll just go get my hair. I mean, I guess it is my inheritance from my son. It's weird, isn't it? You know, a mother shouldn't be inheriting her son's stuff. But I don't know, I've just kept his room like a shrine. To this day, it's like 6 years since my son's death. I don't actually know where the coroner buried my son. I know it's somewhere in the City of London cemetery, but I don't know the grave number. And the cemetery is not giving me any details where they buried him, which I think is very, very disrespectful. But I did a ritual with Payman to make him breathe again, so I'm not sure if Payman made him into the air. His reincarnation. I believe in reincarnation. Anyway, we've got the Celtic cross spread written out here. Nice and big so I can see it. So we're going to write down the star signs at the back of the envelope. I am a big person in recycling. I'm an environmentalist as well. I'm also a conservationist. So I don't like people being mean to the world, to Earth, because we eat food from Earth. We depend on the Earth for survival, whether it's through vegetables or eating meats. The Earth supplies us with food to eat every day. So if we don't care about the Earth isn't going to take care of us, because our food supply is from the Earth. And some people don't actually understand why we should care about the Earth. They don't realize what they're doing. You know, they just live every day like it's nothing. And then they say, oh, I didn't realize that we depend on the Earth for our survival as humans. And it should be coming as second knowledge, right? That we depend on Earth for survival. And obviously if you destroy the world, we're not going to have a food supply for many generations to come. So in fact, we'd be destroying the next generation if we keep on harming the Earth through wars, bombings, making complete deserts out of countries, because that's what deserts are, sand, sea sand. Sea sand is the very bottom of the Earth. It has no nutrition, nothing. You can't grow anything in sea sand. And if you don't believe me, go get some sea sand and try and grow anything you like. And it will not grow. It's barren because the topsoil has completely vanished. So sea sand normally happens because the sea keeps eroding it over time. You know, the waves keep washing it away. So it washed out the topsoil, and then it's got to the lowest soil. So, and that is a sign of lowland, and lowland has flooding. So if you live near sea sand, you're basically living on lowland. So I studied many subjects 20 years ago. I actually had so many different interests in life, but I never completed anything. It was, okay, mum and dad don't want me to do this. But I said, okay, then I'll just go live my own life. So I did go and live my own life. And I ended up becoming an artist. A musician like my mother. My mother was a music teacher in school. And I ended up studying filming. So, to write my stories, you know, my teacher, when I was 17, told me, I can see you becoming a great writer when you're older, Elizabeth. She was called Sheila Sparks, and she worked in City of London College in Pitfield Street, which is now converted into flats and been sold off. But I always remember that teacher. You know, she actually took an interest in my creative writing. And she said, I could see you becoming a very successful writer, whether it's in love stories or if it's in a drama, screenwriter. She said, because you take parts of your life and you write about it. You know, you write about all your experiences in life. And you have a lot of passion for writing. It's not like a story you made up from your head. You take the same experience and you write about it. And it makes it a very interesting story. The story comes alive as if it's actually happened to you, which it did. I am just about finished. I'm on Capricorn at the moment, if you wanted to know. I'll show you why I need it so quickly, all these details. I don't know, I don't know if I'm just, I mean, it's really, really hot, and this room's like 85 Fahrenheit. I think this room is hotter than outside. And when it's winter, it's freezing cold. I'm on Pisces now. I still have to take off the face mask. I got that on an alarm. It's at 9:20. I have to take it off. It's one of those peel off masks. I haven't used one like in 30 years. It's It's kind of golden snail mask. If you wanted to know, I bought it from eBay. It's from China. I think China has a very big beauty industry. Well, they've got like, I don't know, 600 million women now. I think there's more women in China than there are men. Anyway, we have done it. So we've done it there. Easy to read. Just flip the card around and there you go. So we're going to do Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, everyone says. And it also could be the situation between the March the 21st and April the 20th, which was a couple of months ago, last month. If you want to be more mystical. So the situation for Aries right now is RUSSI. Russia. I don't know why. Should I say why Aries should be concerned? The entire collective of Aries should be concerned. Because it's World War III. Ooh. And who wants World War III with Russia? The USA. And why? Because they have oil. Really? And why does America want Russia's oil? America wants Russia's oil because it's high quality. You know, I did something about oil a long time ago for my music with Aramco. And minerals. So the high quality oil doesn't damage your car engine. I've forgotten the other oil. The crude oil, which is cheap and nasty. And there's another one that's better quality. They tend to be in the Middle East, Asia. Well, Russia is in Asia. Okay, they want Russia for the minerals and the oil. And what? And who is behind this? Elon Musk. Okay. Elon Musk is behind this, and Lord who? Lord P. Is it Lord Patterson? Who's Lord Patterson? I don't know. Is he in Britain? He's in Britain. So they're two people. Elon Musk and maybe his best friend in Britain is Lord Patterson. So what is Aries needs to be concerned? This is an Aries reading. The situation of Aries is currently this World War III situation between two oligarchs, one in Britain and one in America. And what's the challenge for Aries in this? Open your eyes. Open my eyes to what? Protects your life living with influencing world's leaders, with living as an environmentalist. Okay, I need to take this face mask off. I need to take it off. I think I'm just going to take it off with hot water. I don't know if I can peel it off. Okay, it's coming off this face mask. It's kind of easy, I guess. Kind of. Sorry about that. So I need to influence people, world leaders, to think about nature. As I said before, we depend on nature for food and survival. And if they want a world famine, I mean, all these oligarchs, yeah, they got their own farm. I don't think Elon Musk has his farm. And then when they go to do this war, they're like, okay, I thought America made their own medicines. And they'll say, well, America doesn't make their medicine, they get it from India. The EU. I tell you what had happened. When COVID-19 happened, many people died in the front line, which was in the healthcare service. And the pharmaceutical industry. I would say COVID-19, from my research, could be sexually transmitted disease. It's got nothing to do with MERS virus. It has nothing to do with SARS, that they said it was. I have a feeling it's a sexually transmitted disease from some sort of virus in the feces of humans. But it's not up to me to do the research, because I know people are lazy and they don't want to do the work. Do you think my skin looks clearer after the mask? It's not very expensive, it's on eBay, and I'm gonna go to the bathroom now and get a flannel and wash the rest off, because I can't be bothered peeling it. It's all hanging like some sort of special effects. Okay, I'll see you in 10 minutes. It's lusty. Okay, I'm back again. So, I don't know, do you feel it's a better improvement? No, I just used hot water and a flannel to remove it. So, as I was saying, Aries, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a honey jar for nature and the environment. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, I have to turn off the heating. So, I need to go back to the kitchen. Sorry. I mean, I need to go to the kitchen. Okay, I'm back again. So, why should Aries be concerned about this world war? I'll tell you what. If it really is a world war to make the oligarchs of all the oil in the world, which is J.D. Rockefeller, there's not going to be any humans to sell oil to, stupid people. They're really retarded. Anyway, I'll get on to the challenges of Aries. Aries, the challenge is politicians, what's new, and Westerners who wants to eradicate Asians in Russia, China, India for their oil and gas. So everything is to do with the Western world. They're all Westerners with their war against Asia. Okay, so the politicians are the most toxic people, Aries. That is affecting your life and your goals in life in May 2023. Maybe all the Aries people are in the military. Or they have family in the military. Okay, the focus, your get out card, Aries, will be B-A-C-K, back. Back your nature and environment. So what we would say, the Green Party, the Green politicians who are in green politics, who do not want any wars. The green politicians. Green politicians are environmentalist politicians who want to support Mother Nature. That would be your best political party to support, Aries. In the country that you live in is the Green Party, or create a Green Party in the country that you live if there is no Green Party in your country. I don't think there's a Green Party in America, but Aries, if you can make a Green Party in America and get voters to vote for you for the Green Party with the indigenous population of America, Native Americans on the top agenda, to have water rights and land rights to their own country without foreigners taking their rights away, like Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. That is your get out card, Aries, of World War III. Wherever you are on Earth. Green politics may save nature, the cougar in America, the puma cubs in America, The trees, of course, because the trees give us oxygen to breathe. And if there is no trees because they've been bombed, there's no oxygen supply on Earth. It would be like being asthmatic. 7 billion people cannot breathe. I don't think anybody realizes how important trees are in the world today that we live in. I think too many people take narcotics, which is making them really retarded and uneducated people. Okay, the recent past, Aries. Lawmakers have supported the war and funded it with your tax money, Aries. World War III with Russia. All your taxes in America, Aries, are funding the war. The civil workers, teachers, not teachers, I don't know, your civil service in America, like teachers, the police, they're not being paid by Donald Trump. The military has not had a salary for months. They're resorting to an alternative lifestyle to survive. Because Donald Trump needs all his money for World War III, I do believe that the American people should protest that they haven't been paid a salary. Children are going to be uneducated in America. Schools are going to close down in the USA, including universities. The teachers are going to say, we're going on strike because we're not paid. We're not slaves. And this Elon Musk ideology of having another Dutch East Indian Company in America of slavery is not going to happen. The slave trade was to do with kidnapping people and making them work hard for no pay and to be tortured, basically. That's what it was. So the possibilities that could happen, Aries, is off the record is that you make your own Green Party in America. You support the indigenous population of America. You get more and more people to understand the situation of America. America is not a land of immigrants. America is a stolen land from the indigenous population. And because of the lack of immigration laws in America, the Native American has no rights in their own country. Because of the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan, that controls 33 states in the USA. And the Ku Klux Klan are the Republican Party and the voters and their leaders. The Democrats were against slavery. Read up about it. I don't know why I need to tell you, a British person, I need to tell you about American history when you're American people and you should know your own history and your own political situation. Before I visit any country, I make sure what their history is and their constitution, because I don't want to be stuck there and people are going to be saying, oh well, because of your surname you must be Mexican, And I said, I haven't got nothing to do with Mexico. In fact, the people with my surname are Sephardi Jews. They're Jewish, they're not even Spanish. Or the other take is that they could be from Norway. It could be a Beinburen Norwegian name. Because it's not actually English, it's a Norwegian name. I do Norse magic as well to connect with my Germanic ancestors. And it's working quite well for me, so I guess they're Germanic. So they're the Visigoths, if you wanted to know. And my mother's side, maybe Subi. My mother's father's side is Subi, another Germanic tribe that had basically eradicated the entire Celtic population of Portugal in the 300 AD. So that's what happens in wars. Tribes become extinct. Anyway, the possibilities is that the Green Party, more and more protests about green politics, green situations. Pollution is one of them. If you're asthmatic, you've got health problems. If you're a cancer patient, pollution is the key issue to lung cancer. It's not just smoking. Pollution causes lung cancer, except it's bad for the petrol companies because they don't want to hear the truth. The truth of the matter is that pollution gives you lung cancer. It's a carcinogenic. Oil is carcinogenic. Just like smoking cigarettes, tobacco is carcinogenic. Just like burning your toast is carcinogenic. The carcinogenics causes cancer and other health-related issues. So people need to speak up about it. Stop pollution, stop oil, use electric cars. I mean, at the end of the day, it's your lungs, right? I'm not breathing from them. I'm asthmatic. And when we had the lockdown for COVID-19, it was the best thing for my asthma. I could actually breathe better. I was asthmatic because I lived on a high road. And I had to breathe in all that pollution for 5 years. And my children became asthmatic because of it. And then they said it was genetic. No, it wasn't. It was because of the pollution. So the government is at fault. Maybe I could prosecute them for not doing enough to curb pollution. Why do we have to all suffer in the next generation? It's not just me, it's other people. They're like, we can't breathe, it must be a curse or something. No, it's because of pollution. It's because of the oil industry. So, I don't know how they're going to make keyboards. Maybe they make them out of wood. Paper mache, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, okay, they're going to make steel keyboards. Well, maybe steel is better for everybody. Steel and wood. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, how the olden days, yeah, if you remember in the 1970s, you remember the wooden televisions and Bakelite. They said Bakelite causes cancer. So, I mean, how did we cope in the 1950s and the I don't even remember when plastic was made, but I remember the wooden TV, clearly. I thought it was quite cool. It had wooden shutters there for the screen. So I guess we could have glass dials. We'll have to innovate something if we're going to stop using plastic. I mean, I have a trolley. It's made out of material, right? So I don't use carrier bags because I'm an environmentalist. I said I'd rather use a trolley to put all my shopping in. Sometimes I use like jute bags, you know, fabric bags. Jute is J-U-T-E. Jute bags. They're made out of like, you know, sugar cane. You know, when you dry it out, you make it into straw. Then you make it into bags. So that's how they do it. The possibilities for you, Aries, is you could change the world with your effort in being an environmentalist and a green politician. Making people aware. I don't know how many Aries are out there. They're billionaires. And they'll probably say, you know, I'm getting older now. And I don't want to live in an iron lung. When I totally damage my lungs with smoking. Or you stop smoking and you still can't breathe. And then you're saying to yourself, why I can't breathe? I stopped smoking 5 years ago and I'm finding that I can't breathe now still. Well, it's the air that you're breathing in, Aries. It's got nothing to do with you personally. Your lungs need to learn to heal itself. And you can't heal if you're in a polluted environment. You could live in no man's land here, in a suburb, and the factories are like 100 miles away. So you can get some fresh air. But then you got all those aeroplanes putting tons and tons of petrol into the air. That doesn't give you the clean air that you want to breathe. So the possibility starts with you, Aries, to change the world. Because I think I'm doing the near future for you, Aries. The near future. The near future for you, Aries, is go to the White House with a group of people and protest and stay there, sleep in your cars until Donald Trump stops funding the war that is making over 30 million Americans homeless. There's already 30 million homeless in America. He doesn't have to make more people homeless. And you know, the landlords in America, the advice for you is do the right thing and make people have a home. Understand their situation, that they are a civil servant in America and they're not paid a wage because Donald Trump wants their salary to fund World War III. Britain is already saying that we have enough refugees in this country. We can't take 300 million Americans. Number one, there's no housing for them to live in. And they can't have 300 million cars for people to live in. It's really unfair what Donald Trump is doing to Americans. So my advice would be to strike. If you're a civil servant in America, you work for the government, teachers, police, firemen, soldiers, go and strike. Say, you don't pay us a salary, we're not doing anything. And if you want us to go to war, you're going to have to pay us compensation up front. Because when we're disabled and we come back home with no limbs, being blown up, we're going to be homeless because we're the breadwinner in our family. We got nobody to help us. So we're going to be disabled, living on the streets, without a home, without anything. I mean, it's okay for those guys in the Pentagon to shoot out their orders, right? In their nice little cozy house, and Peter Hegseth, he's living in a mansion, right? And all the other directors in the Pentagon, they're having quite a nice life, aren't they? I mean, military trade, they're just writing, books on military training for the rest of the other teachers in the military to work with, workbooks, yeah. But you're not on the front lines anymore. And you're just sending out people, and what, 10 million people you're sending for World War III in Russia. Just to secure their oil for Elon Musk to make more billions. And he made your, what, grandkids disabled. And they got to live on the streets. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. Elon Musk should be deported. Because he's a wicked little bitch, basically. It's been spiteful. They're making people suffer. Not just nature. Near future for you, Aries, if you don't do anything about it. Is if you don't do anything about it, you're going to end up in prison for not going to Elon Musk's World War III being deployed in Russia. You're not going to Iran, you're going to Russia. Iran is already destroyed. There's no population in Iran. There's no water to drink when it's 100 Fahrenheit. How are you going to live in 100 Fahrenheit when there's no water to drink? You're going to die of dehydration in 11 days. So you're going to Russia in December, and it's -60 in Russia. In December, it's -60 in Russia. It's not the Bahamas in Russia. It's a part of Europe, and it's also a part of Asia. And it's very, very cold. You're going to die in 2 minutes in Russia. Your blood will freeze. Yeah, think twice. Oh, right now it's summer and it's not that cold. When winter comes, and you're not used to biting cold, -60. You don't know how to dress. Donald Trump is retarded, yeah, and so is J.D. Vance. My mother is native Siberian. So always make sure I know what's going on in Russia. My late mother. So there's no food in Siberia. Everybody needs to have a greenhouse because it dies with cold, yeah. You have to boil blocks of ice in Siberia in the winter. Very, very cold. And people live there because they got nowhere to go, basically. They think that's the only world, that's their world, right? So if you go to the city, then it's a different place. The city's more they're rural farmers, yeah, in Siberia. Most of the rural farmers, they have to go to the city, they have to go to Moscow. Siberia was a independent country till it was invaded by Russia, and it became a part of Russia, the Russian Empire. It was taken over by Russia a long time ago. I think before the 15th century, Siberia was taken over. I have to double check with that. So the next power, your power, number 7 is number 7 is, sorry, the camera moved. Number 7 is power. So we'll go and get your power. The card, not tipping over. The power comes from determination to stop this World War III. I think Aries, I'm going to do Taurus next after I do your reading. Okay, the environment is dangerous. The world environment where you live is dangerous. It's politically dangerous, maybe for all of humanity. The hope is world leaders will see sense. The outcome of it, Aries, your life, the outcome of your life at the end of this week is triumphant. Why is it triumphant, Aries? Because you're protesting. You're going to protest. I don't know what your job is, Aries, but you're going to protest, and your protest is going to be heard. Maybe by news reporters, maybe by others. Maybe people will stop paying their taxes and go to the Tribal Council of Native Americans and say, we're going to pay our taxes to the Tribal Councils of America. There's one in Oklahoma. It's called the Comanche Council for the Comanche tribe in Texas. A great Comanche leader was called Quina Parker, and he gave up Native American rights in the 1800s It's called the Medicine Lodge Treaty to stop the war. He did a deal with the Americans, the invaders, and sold all the rights of the Native American tribes. So, I'm going to give you some dates, Aries. The most important dates for 2026 will be in what sign? What's that? It's not here. Oh well, I had a little disc with the planets on, and it's not here. Oh well, so we'll just use this one. So Aries. So what is the most important month for Aries? It's going to be what? March. What happens in March? Elon Musk deployed laser in space. Is that right? He deployed a laser in space. I think an asteroid storm destroyed it. So that doesn't exist, does it? No, it doesn't exist. No. Okay, what else Aries should be aware of? Elon Musk's mother is an Aries. What is the most, in how many months time is Aries has to be worried? In how many months time does Aries need to worry about? In 3 months time. So in August, so what's happening then? Elon Musk is doing something. This is all to do with America, it's not Britain, it's all to do with the USA. Elon Musk is doing something else, is it? What is he doing? Elon Musk is militarizing what is that? British Columbia. British Columbia, how can he go? British Columbia is not even American. Elon Musk thinks British Columbia is American. No, it's not. It's British. British Columbia in Canada is British. It's not. It's got nothing to do with America. It's not Elon Musk. British Columbia hasn't got to do anything with Canada, nor America. It's British. It's a British colony. So I don't know why he believes that he thinks British Columbia is American, because it's not. In fact, I think Donald Trump thinks British Columbia is American, but it's not. So, anything else for Aries? How about the good news for Aries? The good news for Aries is follow green politicians and green politics. That is for Elon Musk's mother. She's an Aries. She was actually born on the 19th of April, my birthday. An ex, I told her son is a psychopath. He needs to go into a mental health unit. She says, I know. Okay, they're not going to have no food. So, a lot of people are not going to be happy with this reading. It's all to do with Elon Musk and some Lord Patterson in Britain, is it? Wow. Yes, to Taurus now. I have a friend who's a Taurus. He's not really a friend, he's an associate. Well, I guess he's a friend. I'm not really sure if he's a friend or if he's a foe or if he's an associate. A friend you usually have dinner with, right? Well, we've never had dinner. So, I guess he's an associate. It's called Christian Steven. He's Deutsche Bank's CEO. So, I'll see what Taurus should be aware of. I'm going to actually have my cup of tea. I've left it on my altar because it's easy to get than the table down there. So, it's 10:14. Time for a drink. Taurus, what should you be concerned about? What months should you be concerned about? Okay, the situation for Taurus is concerned about World War III with Russia. Okay, what month should Taurus be concerned about? Point to it. The month of Leo. Ooh. July the 23rd to August the 22nd. So what's happening, Taurus? Foreign intelligence, German foreign intelligence says Elon Musk is lighting the extremist ego for riots. Okay. So he's still pally Elon Musk with Alice Weedle in Switzerland. They're hiding out there in Switzerland, yeah? So Switzerland doesn't get bombed, but the rest of Europe does. So they have a hand in World War III because they're all hiding in Switzerland. Anyone that lives in Switzerland is hiding away from world wars. They probably are in some sort of oligarch, puppet master, who's trying to destroy the world for their own gain. So anyway, Switzerland Switzerland doesn't want Germans living in Switzerland. because the Swiss aren't a Germanic tribe. I think they're Normans. But I have to check with that. They're Gauls, is that? They're Gauls. And the French have got a very bad temper. The Gaul people have Gaul rages. I should know, because my son's late father, my late son's late father, was half Gaul, and he have Gaul rages, very, very bad. The French people are very, very angry people. That's why they had the revolutions. You know, countries that have revolutions, they have a very, very bad temper. Two countries in Europe that had revolutions was the French and Russia. Well, Russia's in Asia, but it doesn't really count. The historic revolutions were in France and in Russia. Okay, next one. Why does Christian need to be on high awareness during July? Why? Do they burn down his bank? Is that? They burn down the bank in this riot. They burn down the bank. Where is exactly the bank? And the bank is in Frankfurt. So, is he there? He's there. At the, what? In July he's going to be in Frankfurt. Okay. It's actually 1 hour 20. So I have to go to the next question. The challenge for Taurus is extremists in Germany, paid by Elon Musk, supported by the Alternative for German Party. You know, weird thing was I was dreaming about him and Barbara, his wife, yesterday. And I don't know if they were my enemies or my friends. I don't know why I just keep dreaming about. He's actually a relative of my father's grandmother. My father's mother's side. He's a relative. So I'm not sure if I have to warn him because of that. We're kind of like distant cousins from my father's mother's side. So his gets out card of all this turmoil. The focus, get out card is what? In green policies. And what's else? Green policies, yeah? Green policies means just quit the immigration thing. And invest in the environment. So, less is get out of the crap card. Recent past is, did you do with Elon Musk? Oh my god. The recent past was Elon Musk dealings, was it? So Elon Musk did give him his money because he's so scared that Donald Trump was going to get him arrested and fed to alligators. So he ended up putting all his money in Germany, is it? Ooh, all the secrets coming out now. I didn't actually herd Elon Musk into that place. Maybe I did. Him and Jeff Bezos. I'm not sure if Jeff Bezos... Did Jeff Bezos do it too? He did it too. They all gonna run to Germany, is it? So the possibilities is go green. Go green. The public support it. Green politics in Germany. Most of them are very green people. Very into sustainable development in Germany. Yeah. Germans are classic for having food riots. Take their food away from them and see what you get. I'm not in a good mood when I don't have food. So the near future, is he gonna go green? He's gonna go green because he wants to save his life. But the power is what? Through the people and what they want, which is green politics, cleaner air, healthier food, healthier living standards, no pollution. The future is electric cars, or even electric cars and driverless cars. Say you're 100 years old. Do you remember that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, which was called, let me think, I'm going to remember in a minute. Open Recall. He gets into the car, I think it's called Johnny Cab, yeah. And this puppet-like robot drives him to his destination. The Total Recall, sorry, that's it, Open Recall. Total Recall. Don't worry about my cat's cushion cover. I made my cat a memory bed, a memory foam bed. I bought a memory foam pillow, and it was a children's pillow. Did it fall off the cover? I can see it in the camera. So it was a children's memory foam pillow, yeah. It even has a tail. I think it's supposed to be Peppa Pig. Yeah, so it goes like that. I mean, it goes like that, Peppa Pig. So it's actually for the cat. Cat's the cat's bed. I made her the memory foam bed for the cats. So, the next, because I have it there, but I must have dropped with the weights. We're going to use the pink quartz crystal. I was using the chakra balancing crystal for the board. Because we're having a terrible reading based on war, we're going to use the pink quartz. So, green politics, electric cars and driverless cars are the possibilities for the new future of Germany, and more investment into that, actually making humanity's life better. You know, when I had my severe tragic operation in 2001, 2003, I couldn't do anything. I came out, I was fit and healthy when I went to the hospital, very strong, and when I came back out of the hospital, I needed my bathroom adapted for a disabled person. I couldn't even sit up on a chair. I had no muscles. They ripped out my entire muscles, all my muscles in my stomach. I couldn't even hold myself up. It took me almost 20 years to get to where I am. I had to become a witch. I had to do healing meditations. I had to become a Reiki master, like Vladimir Putin. I had to be an energy healer. You know, I admired him because he was an old man and he was super strong and super healthy. I said, if he can do it, I can do it too. So, he was my role model. Look at me, fit and healthy. And I'm like, okay, what's his secret then? So, I ended up becoming his buddy in 2012. On LinkedIn, yeah. I actually met a Russian space scientist in 2009. I actually went there for some healing sessions with him. He came all the way from Russia. I was really lucky, actually. We met in South Woodford in a forest cabin. My life has been really exciting. Believe me, Aries is a real go-getter. Anyway, what is the near future power? The power for Germany is green policies in the European Union with Deutsche Bank. So who's going to change the future? Christian Saving and his wife, the green policies, green politics, they will change the European Union. So my application in 2019 at Deutsche Bank was a godsend. It's 1 hour 32 minutes right now. Hear me, I got a webcam, a super duper webcam that uploads very large files in minutes. It's a business webcam. I think the details on one of my websites, one of the videos. Where'd I get it from? I bought mine from eBay. The environment in December 2026 for Germany or Deutsche Bank is investing in green policies. Okay, so he's going to listen. And the hope for Germany is stay positive and environmentalist. And the outcome is a brighter future. Anyway, David Rothschild Jr., he was talking about the environment in 2009 and no one heard him. He said it's very, very difficult for people to even listen about caring about the environment. So I would need to stop the reading at Taurus. Okay, the greatest happiness for Taurus in 2026 is lay down the law, Deutsche Bank. Lay down the law for the EU with, what's her name? Ursula von Leyen. So he hopefully stopped all this nonsense with his bank in the EU after listening to this reading. Okay, Aries and Taurus, hope you have a great week. This reading was for the, I would actually say it was for the next 6 months, but it was based mostly on to do with the environment you live in currently. Because this spirit is bringing it up. Why do other readers not say these things? Because I'm more focused on knowing about my political situation. What is the government going to do to my life that I can't get on with my future plans, which is to go to university, graduate my film degree, and get my tooth fixed, get my eyes sorted out, my new glasses. Hopefully I should get my new glasses by the beginning of June so everyone can see my new glasses. These glasses I got in 2022. It's this tooth here, that one there, this one. When I was brushing it, the end fell off. I don't know if it's because I don't have enough calcium in my diet. I don't know, it just snapped off. So, I don't know what the dentist will do to it, but most of the problem is this wisdom tooth. It's embedded, it's also has a cavity inside. So it's very, very deep down. I'm not sure if it's touching the root, but it's going to cause me a lot of jaw pain, and it probably will get very swollen, my neck. So I need to get that fixed before I end up having a worse situation than what I currently do. So Aries, take care and change your world. And Taurus, change the world too. Okay, take care. See you then.